And let me start by apologising for not getting as many videos out on my YouTube channel in the last week or two. It's not been anything technical. It's just been time on my hands to be able to do it, quite honestly. And I know, and I can appreciate, there are lots of worthy things to talk about going on out there in the world at the moment. So I thought I'd just point the camera today and have a brief chat about what is actually happening at the moment. First of all, talking about the Brexit situation, which is looming, and as you know, we're due to leave at the end of March. Well, that looks more and more likely like it's going to be delayed now. There's going to be some kind of movement request through Parliament to get an extension on our departure date. Now, there are a few complications with that, because all members of the EU have got to agree with an extension first of all. So although there are some, like Germany, that might be positive for an extension to take place at this moment in time, there could be a few others, like France, that may not support something like that. So it's not a question of, for the UK and Parliament to decide we're going to have an extension. It's up to the EU to now decide to grant us that extension. And to grant us an extension, because the wheels are already in motion for us to leave legally, and the only thing that can give us that extension will be if all members of the EU, all 27 members of the EU, grant us an extension. So that's the first point. The second point is, we may not get it through Parliament either. There could still be too many fractions going on in Parliament among the parties, divided, to establish that there is no point in having an extension. Because what's an extension going to do? We're still going to be divided, like everyone is now. It's just going to be kicking the can further down the road, as they say, and we're not going to get anywhere with it. So that's also potentially the issue. Then we've got the issue about, do more and more people come onto the side of supporting Theresa May's deal? Theresa May's deal, as I've said before, and as many people have said, is not really a deal. It's an exit, but it's not a deal, because we still wouldn't know once we've left. Theresa May's deal basically says, in layman's terms, we're now leaving the European Union. We're going to have a deal, but we don't quite know what the deal is going to be yet. But and that could take any time to arrange. While that's going on, we'll carry on using current terms of how we're trading with the EU. We'll pay over a lot of money, but we won't have any rights in the EU in terms of voting and deciding anything whatsoever. And it really is so. And at the end of it, we may have a good deal, what I call a good deal. We may have a hard Brexit deal. We may have a soft Brexit deal. But we don't know. But that is the deal. That is basically the deal that Theresa May has on the table for us. So it's not really a deal. And the reason why she has it on the table, that is because her own cabinet is the cabinet, not just I'm not talking about just the Tory party. The cabinet themselves are divided in terms of the type of deal. Some people want a hard Brexit, some people want a more softer type of Brexit arrangement, like what Norway have got. So have we moved on? Well, no, not really. Since my last video that went out on Brexit months ago, we're really still in the same position. But we are coming to a head. The important thing is, we are getting to a point where a final decision will be made. Moving on, let's talk about the South African situation very quickly as well. Well, they are in the process of getting ready for their election, which is also coming up now in this month. We are going to be in a situation in South Africa very soon where we will see if Cyril Ramaphosa wins and his party wins this election, and then we get into a process of rebuild within South Africa. Not a lot coming out of South Africa at the moment from an international perspective on news. I obviously have a good feel for what's happening in South Africa from talking to my friends and colleagues. There has been a reported reduction in farm violence in the last month or two. That's been stated from quite a few people I've spoken to, but there is also quite a lot of whipping up the storm on the far left as far as what people's demands are going to be with this election. So the ANC have got some work to do in terms of getting over the line with this election, despite I think they will. I think there are there is some work for them to do, and you never know. There can always be a shock in this whole process. But we'll report on it nearer the time when we get the results coming through. My other subject and country that I talk a lot about is Poland. Now, in Poland, we've had, I've had a significant amount of comments and likes and a few dislikes, but many more likes and comments on how I've been reporting on Poland, Polish cities, and how I've reviewed Poland in the past and where it is today. And I am in the process of putting together another quality production on Poland, where I'm actually talking to quite a few people in Poland about where they are, where they live, what they feel about the country, and everything else. That's work in progress at the moment. So I will be doing another production that'll be coming out on Poland. I would think towards the end of March we'll have that production out on the video channel, and so I'm just letting everybody know that's coming out. It's been absolutely incredible, and in terms of the amount of support I've been getting from people who live in Poland and Polish people around the world who have really liked what I've been saying about Poland, which is really as I see Poland. So I haven't said anything just to go out and please someone. That's the way I feel, and that's the way I see Poland is. And I'm quite happy to share my thoughts and views on what a fantastic place Poland is, and I will continue to do so. I am planning a trip out there as well in the next few months, and I will be obviously recording quite a few things when I'm out there. On a lighter note, football. My football team, Manchester United, who most of you watch my vlogs will know I support Manchester United, have been doing very well. And that's all I want to say. It's been good to see some more people joining the site and new people coming on site and hearing all their views and talking to them about their memories and time at Lindisfarne. I mean, some of the stories are quite astonishing. I mean, in the 70s, it was quite tough for us in the school in 69, 70, and we didn't have menus and a choice of breakfasts and a choice of lunches and evening meals. I mean, unheard of in our day. You take it or leave it used to be the way it was. And I'm trying to, I heard about heated swimming pools. Heated swimming pools. I don't remember anything such like a heated swimming pool, and certainly heating in the dorms and things like that. I'm very well. Obviously things improved before they closed, but it's good to hear all these stories. What I think we miss is actual pictures, photographs of the events that took place in these years. There's a few pictures out there, but not a great deal, other than the official school photographs. There aren't really that many. Now, I used to have a few, and I've lost mine, as I'm sure others have probably lost them as well. But there are so many things I can recall, where the school house rugby matches, the old boys rugby matches and events, the cricket matches, the school drama plays that took place every year, the commemoration days that took place, all the activities that went on with the Army cadets and the ATC and scouts and everything else. There's the Fell Walking Society. What was it called? I can't remember now. It had a name that Mr. Moore gave it. The Formula 5000 Society that was put together by Mr. Treble. I remember that. Judo. I remember the judo classes with Lee and Victor Wang and George. But there were photographs. I mean, Lee was a photographer. I recall he took lots of photographs in the time frame that he was there. I recall, and so did George Wong, and I know so did Victor Wang. And I know there are even a few people like Billy Darlington who actually took cine roll footage of things. I remember once we had a helicopter land on the rugby field. It was part of a recruiting exercise, I think, from the Royal Marines to actually entice people to join the Marines after finishing school. I don't know if they were successful, but it was. I remember the event, and I can remember Billy Darlington taking some cine footage of it. So there's lots of things I think that have got lost in time with our times there. I'm just saying we should try and find some of that stuff. I think it'd be good to get it. Okay, that's all I can really talk about today at the moment. I've got a few things back here I've got to sort out in terms of work, and I better get on with those, but I'll talk to you again soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.